On this video, I'm going to talk about the S and the M of the SMART goals. Hi, I'm Maria and I'm here to help you attain your riding goals. If you're new to this channel, click on subscribe and stick for a while. So what's the S and the M? If you know something about the SMART acronym for goal setting, S stands for specific and M stands for measurable. And I've already made a complete video on the SMART acronym. I'm going to link this video up here if you want to check it out. But today I really want to talk about the specific part and the measurable part. And the reason I want to do this is because this last week I was giving a dressage lesson to one of my students, and she's getting ready for her first competition on a new pony. So she doesn't know how this pony is going to behave when she's going to be on the competition venue. Besides, it's a stallion, so she really doesn't know how he's going to behave. And I was asking her, so what is it that you want to achieve for this competition? What are your goals on this competition? And like most of the riders, she started talking about placings, and she was telling me, I don't want to be last. I want to have a certain percentage on the dressage test because she's doing a cross-country competition. So like always, I'm asking her, okay, so what's last? It's like, do you know how many people are going against you? What happens if you are alone? So how does that go? It's like, if let's say you're alone but you have like really crappy notes, but you'll be first because it's just you. Or what about the notes on the dressage test? What happens if just before you this really enormous pretty dressage horse, and he's like excellent and he just blows the judges' minds off, and then you come in with your pony and your pony's like, you know, a pony. And so what's going to happen? Maybe your grades are not going to be so good, but is it really like, would it be your fault even if you did like the best test? And so she was like, okay, I've never thought about this way. And that's why I was telling her, like, when you set a goal for a competition, a riding goal, not even just for a competition, it's like when you set a riding goal, you have to be really specific on what is it that you want. And this is something that should be measurable. It's like, what's going to make you happy at the end of the day? That's what I started to speak to her like this, like, what should happen on your riding day so that at the end of the day when you're going back home, you're going to be happy? What is it? Is it just finishing your competition? That's specific. It's like, that's a specific and measurable goal. I want to finish a competition. Okay, so, okay. Is it, I don't know, is it having like good grades on your dressage test? Or is it just like not pulling down a rail on your show jumping test? Or is it just like having a clear cross country test? Like, what is it that you need? And we got a little bit more interested on the dressage part of her competition, because this is the one that it's the most like, judges are people, and that's what's so difficult with the dressage test. The grading is tied to a person. And so I really wanted for her to find a way to be happy with her test. And the thing is that right now we are working with her pony, and she's a pretty good rider, but she had been, it's like we just started working together, and she had this position where she rides with her hands like way down and open. And I've been trying to work with her, like to put her hands up, to have like a real dressage position. So what happens is that when we do this, of course, the pony doesn't know what's happening because he's not accustomed to be ridden like that. So he puts his nose up and things like that. But the last lesson this week, it was perfect. But still, it's not something like really stable. This is nothing that like, I don't think she's going to be able to keep it for a whole dressage test, like the stableness on the position of the pony. So I asked her, so what's more important for you? Having a good grade but not having a good position, or having a good position but getting maybe a not so good grade. And she was like, I don't want neither or. I want to have a good position and have a good grade. I'm like, yeah, you will have that, but maybe not for this competition. It's too early for you to have something stable all through the dressage test. And so for me, it was very important for her that she understood that she has the right to choose whatever she wants. It's like she can choose to have better marks and then to ride like she rode before. But if what happens if she rides like that, looking for the marks, and she still gets bad marks? Is she going to tell herself, okay, if it was for that, maybe I should have ridden like with a perfect position and get the same marks? So it's important for you when you go for a specific goal and that you can measure this goal, you also have to like keep up with it. Like if you decide that you want to go for something, don't change your idea in the course of a competition, for example. If you decide that you want to give your best, that you want to take risks, and that you really want to ride your horse and to feel like he is when he's at home, go for it. But be prepared to have maybe bad marks. And when you get out of the dressage test, what's going to be important is how you are going to feel about that test. Are you going to tell yourself, I gave it everything and I took risks, and yes, there were maybe some glitches here or there, but still I rode how I wanted to. And that should be the most important thing. Then when you get your protocol and you get your marks, it's like maybe marks are going to be excellent and you're going to say, woohoo, yeah, perfect. Or maybe the judges are going to say, no, that what you just showed us is not good. But it doesn't matter, because you know where you are, you know where you come from, you know what you are working with. So always have very, very specific goals. Always have goals that are measurable, and stick with them. Stick with them. Like, don't let anyone change your idea of what is it that you want to have. Don't let circumstances change what you are striving for, because same thing, let's say you get to the competition venue and it's raining cats and dogs, and you know that your pony or your horse or your mare really doesn't like rain, and you know that it's going to be like hell. That ride will be hell. So let's say that you have decided to take risks, but because it's raining cats and dogs, you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to do this, because it's going to be already pretty difficult with the weather, and if I take risks, it's like I'm going to get eliminated. So what? Like, don't change. Stick with your goals. Stick with what you have, your specific goal for that competition. Keep up with it, because that's the only way you're going to be able to continue growing as a rider. If you're always playing it safe and like backing down from whatever it is that you wanted to really do, how are you going to be able to move forward and go like beyond those goals? It's going to be pretty difficult. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I hope that this helps. I hope that this is something that can resonate with you. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them down in the comment box below. I would be really, really happy to hear from you. And hit that like button if you like this video. This way we are going to be able to share it with more and more people. So I will be seeing you on next video. Bye!